Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Innkeeper. Today we're playing some Stonehearth. Welcome to Rockside. What did we do last episode? That was a really weird transition. Side, and then side. Alright, screw that. Never happened. We should really pause right now before anything bad happens. What we do last episode? Well, we created this, blacksmiths. Right. Sure, it's a blacksmiths, buddy. I'm sure it is. However, we're going to deal with it being our blacksmiths for the time being. What we need to do is move our anvil. Okay, not open our anvil. Is it really a wise idea for us to move our anvil right now? It's a blacksmiths. I mean, that was very loud. I do apologize. It's a blacksmiths. You know, sort of, we've got to get this sorted out right now. Did we get an inside for this? I can't remember. If we go to our... No, we didn't. Okay, you know what? We'll get the inside done first before we screw around with anything else. We do need a sign. And I kind of like the idea of having a few of these. Actually, I can't have a few of those underneath there. That's quite unfortunate. Get some rugs sorted out, maybe. Or a bed. We can get like a rubbish bed. That's right, it's a rubbish bed. We'll get that. Oh, where can we have that right now? There's nothing that really leads to this corner right here. So this can be the bedding zone, as it were. And then we can have a nice rug right here. I like it. Followed by a random dresser. And we can have that. I'm not too sure why I can't go against the walls. But that's fine. Okay, I can on this side for some reason. Interesting. Why is it red along here? It's red along all this area, actually. It's a bit weird. If you go to the building thingamajig, it just sort of covers everything. There's a piece of the puzzle that we're missing right now. Is it this? Is that what I'm missing? It looks like that's what I'm missing. Can I build that? That's instantly built now, wherever it was. I'm trying to find every selection that I've got. We've got some areas under here, but they're the market stalls. Yeah, that's fine. Bit of grass right here, actually, I've just noticed. But that's not actually that bad at all. Because that's part of the walls. I'm not too sure why it's all red along there. It doesn't really matter too much. I'm not going to worry. What can we do in today's episode? Oh, what else did we do? Oh, no, we did something else. We built these two houses. We got the weavers, which is pretty cool looking, I'm not going to lie. I did say I was going to build a blacksmith's thing. I should probably go ahead and do that. The masons has a sign, right? It does. The masons has a sign. I love these little signs. They're pretty great. Right, so if we just go ahead and make ourselves a mason sign. Don't worry. I'll get there. You know, to what we're going to actually do. There we go. Fantastic. We'll get that sorted out at some point later on. Hopefully the weaver is actually doing their job. Because I would like to actually start making my own rugs and nice beds. I think they're doing their job. Yeah, look. There's a bunch of threads right there, which is really good to see. We do need threads in order to make these really nice parts of our buildings right here. And I believe we just need them to make our nice cloth beds, which will be something we get around to doing. Yep, we do need that. Just make some bunch of well, actually, no, we need bolts of cloth, which we got a bunch of anyway, because we did purchase a lot. But anyway, I'll get to what we're actually doing this episode. What we're going to do in today's episode is making our town hall. Unfortunately, this is in the way. The town hall has to be here. It only makes sense. So we've got to get that sorted out. But we're going into the realms of creativity right here. Because this town hall is going to be made 100% out of blocks. That's right. Out of blocks, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to crash so many times. It's going to be fun. Actually, we probably won't. We didn't really crash while making this. So, you know, fingers crossed. We've actually gone pretty far right here. And I love this building just because... I don't know, it feels like there's a uniqueness to it just because of that corner right there. I like it. It's nice. I like all the little selection right. This building's really boring, and there's still need windows and doors for that, actually. Just get around to making some of those. I'm going to still try and play Stonehearth in the background of it, don't get me wrong. We get some doorways right here and some windows. Hopefully, I guess he can't make those, so we'll just delete them for now. And the shields can actually go at the bottom. We need a lot more windows than 3. I'd imagine so. Let's get 6. There we are. We'll just put the armor at the bottom so you can make a bunch of all this other stuff. Right. So we do want to move all this, and it's going to be... It's not really going to be too difficult. We just move it to one side. What have we got currently in this stockpile? So, okay, so we've got pretty much... It's probably better to say what we don't have. So we don't have wood, stone, and ores, and then no food. Okay, so that's much easier to determine by. If we put it right here... Or right this, no, not the corner. We need to have a lot more of these fences around these corners because they're very nice to see. Or we can have a selection right here that goes into a back entrance in the main hall. Oh, I like that. That sounds like a cool idea. Let's get rid of this. Let's move this over here. followed by this. There we go. Then what we can do is we can move wherever this storage spot is, which is a bunch of armor pieces. What we'll do is we'll have that storage inside. Just makes a lot more sense, to be honest with you. There we are. So we just have a little storage area right here. 4 armor pieces, light armor pieces. Then right here, we can have the biggest stockpile we can get. Pretty much just get rid of everything that we didn't have in the previous stockpile. And then get rid of this one. Now, it might cause a crash. It's slowing down a little bit, because I think there's quite a lot of items that needs to get rid of the inventory space. So it's not in our inventory anymore. Our value just went down completely, our net value. However, these guys are all happy. Overall happiness is 7, food is 8.8, and shelter is 5. Shelter's been the main issue we've been having right now, because we don't really have a house for everyone. But we're starting to get there, you know. Look at the Clothier's house. That light right up there is awesome looking. I feel cozy just looking at that house. We need a little bit more going on in here, but it looks nice. I also like these banners that we've got in here. A nice touch, I would say. Eventually we'll do the walls, but don't you worry. We don't really need to have it here for now, the town hall, because we can just save the template. So really, we want to just double make sure that we can actually save. Because sometimes you can't save. There's a random save bug that does that. I know it automatically saves, but I just want to make sure. There we go. I think it's saved. There we go. Oh, I keep doing that. Now we could just pretty much make it in any open space that we can find, which, funny enough, we don't actually have any. I mean, we've got to base the front entrance on... No, do we? We don't have to base the front entrance. I got a cool idea for this main hall, okay? There's some cool things happening right now. But I like the idea of making it right here. In fact, what we can do is we can chop down these trees right here, and then we could use this space. I like it. Then we could just save it and plonk it down right here later on. I don't want to really use any of this backspace, and if we do end up using it, I just want it to be simple housing. I don't really want to put the town hall right here, because it'll be too far away. Then again... No, we can't make trees. Actually, no, we can't. There's no green blocks. Damn it. I was going to go ahead and make my own, like, custom trees then. That'd be awesome. No, unfortunately, that's not the case. There might be a mod out there that just gives you a bunch of different blocks. Go away, errors. I know I'm wrong. Right, I'm probably going to stop accepting people soon. Because we're getting quite a few. And this red block issue that we're currently having is quite unfortunate. Also, I forgot to get the list of names. I actually forgot about that. Give me a second, because I need to go and bring that up, and it might crash Skype. Skype? It might crash Fraps if I go out while still recording. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. And we're back. We have the names right now. Who is the new person? The new breed? The new breed? The new flock, as it were. Also, apparently I've still got 2 Skippies. Okay, I've got a Skippy right there. Skippy, Skippy, Skippy... I haven't got 2 Skippies. We're going mad right now. Maybe the other Skippy died? Or maybe it's something else. I don't know. Anyway, so Rensin, right here, wanted to be a... Is it Rensin? I think it is. Wanted to be a footman. So we'll go ahead and turn you into a footman, Rensin. Because it's not, you know, it's not a bad thing, really, to have a bunch of different defenders. Dungeon defenders, possibly. That's a great game. Hopefully they'll be able to get rid of all this wood as well. We'll get them to loot it. But we've got to be careful. Because looting is quite a scary thing. Especially if we do too much. It's just saving right now. Let's just give it a moment. There we are. I'm glad they actually implemented a auto-save function. Because in the past, we've had some issues with saving. They're actually moving this stuff very quickly because of how many of them there are. We might want to just wait and make sure that the road's actually going to work with the land. Tell you what, are we making flowers? We're not making flowers. We should probably go ahead and make some flowers. I think that would be a good idea. Do a bit of harvesting around here as well. Might be running out of berries. Probably not. We've got a bunch of food right here, but berries are very nice. Where are they? Okay, yeah, a bunch of berries, but mostly jerky. If we go ahead and make some farms, because I want to start using some flowers now, and especially for the town hall, because I want to make it look really nice. Here we are. So if we want to just do some, like, 5x5 patches of... this flower, and then on this side we'll do the same thing, but with the other flower, the blue one. There we are. We could probably make that go along a little bit more, but I don't really want to go nuts with it. I don't want to start like using most of my inventory space. Also, I probably want to make a storage place right here. I could put a door right there and make that storage place. Oh well. If we make a storage location, like, where would we want this? Kind of on the outside. Or right here is nice. Yeah, I like that. If we have a storage location right here for flowers. Or plants. There we go. I think that would work. Plants. I might put the fibers there as well, which is good to see. They're still moving most of this stuff, but I think this is a good enough space to actually start creating our hall. So we'll go to normal speed just to lower any issues that we'll be having. Because I don't really want to pause. I want to make sure everyone's sort of doing a cool job. At the same time, I want to start doing a little bit more mining. Actually, no, we don't need more mining. We're making so much minerals right now. This is a bunch of steel. Oh, what level is our blacksmith right now? Oh, the UI's popped up a bit there. That is fine. I keep I keep procrastinating right now with making this town center. I've got some cool ideas. Okay, by cool ideas, I mean I'm going to probably steal some ideas from other games. I've got the Warcraft free town hall in mind, because it's a very cool looking town hall. So that's probably what I'm going to be, what most of my inspiration is going to be from. So if we go to the workshop right now, what level are you, Islay? I can't remember. Level 2, okay. You actually got quite a long time until you can actually upgrade. So if you want to go ahead and just make a bunch of other ore types, that'd be pretty great. Stop making steel for now. Make something that's simpler. Because for some reason you're taking a long time to make steel. You can make bronze, but that's with ingots. Excuse me. What about tin? We should look at our inventory, actually. Something I forget to do. We got 21 copper right now, so go ahead and make 21 copper. There we go. 21 copper, because I want to go ahead and make a bunch of bronze, just for the sake of it. Actually, I'm not too sure what uses bronze. But yeah, we probably need to make a bunch anyway. Then we got 23 tin. So if you want to just go ahead and make 23 tin as well, that would be pretty awesome. There we are, 23. I'm using the numbers right now, but it's using other functionalities. There's actually a bit of a conflict with the number hotkeys right now when it comes to putting in the exact amount that you require in a shop, because it does do all this other stuff at the same time, like access the UI menus. So if we want to go ahead and actually start creating this, that would probably be a good idea. Let's go to build. Now, we will be using the floors, but at the moment, I mean, we don't really need to. I just kind of want to make sure this aligns up properly. So if anything, if we are going to use the floors, if we go to roads first, I think that'd be a good idea. Just to make sure it's aligned. There we go. We won't be using this road, but it's going to be sort of roughly... I actually don't mind it being that far up. It's not going to be huge, don't get me wrong. I think that's a pretty good distance, actually, from the town center. Then we can have, like, a bunch of smaller buildings. Or maybe, like, a nice garden that goes before it. I like the idea of that. That sounds awesome. If we can do that. Probably not. But we'll see what we can sort of muck around with. So if we go to our building tools right here. We'll go to blocks. It's going to look a bit weird because of the building blocks. We've got to try and remember that we got to differentiate the colors that we have right now. So if we go to this stone slab right here, what we're going to do is we're going to try and make a small platform for our town hall. For some reason it disconnected from that connection right there, but that's fine. So if you want to just go ahead and make this... actually, I don't really want this to be on the inside just yet, because there might be a conflict later on. So if this goes across by 6, right here, I want to make sure I've got the selection here done right. I think... my mind needs to process how this is going to look. Okay, if I go across by 8... oh, just saving right there. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. This is probably going to take up all 3 episodes, I'm not going to lie. But I don't think that's a bad thing. It's a building channel after all. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll go across by 2 right here. And we'll... okay, go away. We'll get rid of this corner. Okay, I'm just going to move this to the side. We're getting a bunch of errors right there that are kind of pointless. Right, and now, what we'll do is we'll go across by 3 again. There we are. Do we want this to be like that? I think it's a bit too sharp. Not sharp, I think it's a bit too slow with its ascension right here. I want to try and make a neat little pathway for the road that goes up to the sort of correct floor for our... oh, yeah, okay, here we go. If we do this and then go across by 2. There's actually some loud noises outside. If I could just... actually, can you hear that? You probably can. I'm going to close the... closing the window. It's a very sunny day outside, so people like cutting the grass and that lot. It's very nice to see. Alright, if we just go ahead and start to make the selection again. Alright, there we go. So it's starting to sort of come together. And it looks a bit weird right now, but don't worry about it. It should be able to look pretty good after some point. Right, so it should be able to end itself around about this location right here. So if we want to just go ahead and... oh, that's not great. Is there a hotkey for the rubber? That'll make my life a lot easier. There we go. This walkway right here needs to have an arch. I think that would be pretty cool. So if you want to just go ahead and make that. Oh, that is off. Okay, I should have really noticed that before. There we go. Beautiful. There we are. We've got a cool arch right here. And it goes into a nice little courtyard. This is basically... I guess this would be a... Nah, like I said, it's going to be the cool walkway. And it's going to go up a few levels as well. So we'll make sure the road actually is connected to it properly. Alright, and then we want it to open out right here. There's probably going to be a fence covering this bit. I really wish I had a green block. Because I kind of want most of this to be grass. I kind of think this is going to look better if it just diagonal, if it just goes across like this. Yeah, there we go. I don't really know exactly what I'm doing right now, I'm not going to lie, but I'm trying to come up with something that's original. So, it's quite hard to do that, I'm not going to lie, since inspiration is usually a key ingredient. There we go. I do have that, but I'm not looking at an image directly. And I've got to work from my mind. Right, so let's see. So there's supposed to be a... Okay, this is going to be weird. I need to use the blue slabs right now. I think that's going to look good. What we'll do is we'll make sure this goes up to the appropriate amount of levels, which should be free. See, now this free's nice, but now I think this is too small. We'll see what happens if we stick with it. So this should stay as the second level right here. And then it should open out into the second level. As you can see, it sort of goes up like a bunch of stairs, like this. I'm not too sure if maybe I want to continue with it, but do it like this. Until it eventually connects itself like that. And then what we can do is we can go back to this and set up some smaller widgets right here. Just to make sure that this is defined itself as the pathway. And then we can do the same right here. But I feel like this should go along by one more, if that's going to happen. There we are. Should this go up a little bit more, though, if that's going to happen? I don't think it needs to. I think this could go inside a little bit more, though. If this could go in, like, by 3. Yeah, I think that'll look quite nice. Then out here, we can have, like, flowers and stuff like that growing. So that'll look quite good as sort of the front area for our, well, town center, as you can see. Right, now what we can do is we can try and get the front pillars done right here. So this is going to look a bit interesting. So I want this to go across by 5. And like I said, this is going to be sort of a walking platform that connects to the main building. And then this should go down again, like this. And there's going to be a lot of overlapping as well with the building and the platform. There we are. Now, also, actually, I want this to be made out of a different brick type. I think that'll look better. We want to make it out of the same color that we've got right here for the pathway. Right, there we go. So that's not bad looking. And I want to do the same right here. So this, does this align? It does align. But it aligns in a very interesting way. And I don't think I want it to align, actually. I want this to look quite interesting. We've actually got a wearer. What is it? Where's to sell? Norm Windriser. And we actually buy some beds. I don't really want to do that. Beds are pretty cheap for us now since we can actually make them. Right, and I don't want this to be completely symmetrical is what I was trying to say. But I want it to have the same shapes in... Like, I want this to go across by 5 and do the same sort of cone formation that we've got right here. I know this looks a bit weird at first, but, you know, they usually do, these buildings. But I've got to try and teach myself to not be so... I used the word a minute ago, actually, and it's just gone. Oh, wow. I need to try and teach myself to not be so... I'm going to say mirrored for now. I need to try and create buildings that are a little bit unordinary. Right, so as you can see right here, we're starting to make a shape right now. Neria probably thinks these are boobs. We should, you know, not encourage that. What we should do, actually, is get rid of this. I'm glad it's saving every now and again as well. That really does help out. So if I do crash, it's not going to be too much of a big deal. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little bit of a connection right here. I'm not too sure if this is going to really mean anything, but we could put like some benches along here. I really wish I could plant trees. That'd be really great, because I'd put a tree right here and then a bunch of benches, and I think that would look really good. Right, but I don't know. I just want a random connection right there. I think it'll look really nice. We're going to have the doorway probably about here. And it's going to be 4 across. There we are. So if we imagine the doorway is going to be right there, and then a connected area at the front is just going to be sort of random walkable zones, followed by a few connections for the main building. We'll make a floor level for this in a second. I'm not too sure if we want any areas going around it. I think we do, but just sort of halfway through it, and then the back of the main hall might have a few stepping areas that goes into a nice garden. We'll see what happens there. They're still moving all their stuff, which is good to see. Any farming going on? Yep, looks like it. The farm is underway. And how many ores have we made right now? Yep, I think that's a lot of copper right there. That's good to see. Alright, so if we just continue along here, we'll do the same thing. 7 across. There we go. I'll try and do something with the front just to make it look a little bit more interesting. I'm not going to do the same thing that I've done over there. I'm just going to go along like this. Right, but instead, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of try and break into... Try and dig in a little bit to the main building. There we go. Soon to be main building. And I think I'm going to have a doorway around here. I like the idea of having a little back door. I think that'll look really nice. We're going to try and get the building to be kind of... I don't want the building to be the same shape as this front entrance, because otherwise doing the roof is going to look really, really strange. So I'm trying to make the building itself quite boxy, but, you know, interesting looking. So it's similar to what we've done right here. You know, it's definitely got some box shapes connected to it, but there's a little bit of extensions going on. To try, well, make it easier for us, basically. I'm not going to get that daily update. I don't think I have anyone else to name. Apologize if I have missed you, but I don't want the game to start crashing, and people have said that after a certain amount of people, the game starts to get a bit... Well, it starts to break a lot because there's a few conflicts with the AI. Anyway, I need to try and use a combination of these bricks. Try and make it look a little bit less weird when I am making the hall area right here. So let's see. I should know which slabs are the right ones because they should look the same. So that's the wrong slab right there. And that's the right one because it's the same color. You got to pay attention because everything's yellow, but it's usually a different shade of yellow if it's a specific block type. Alright, so if we connect this right here to where the doorway is going to be. I've just realized that doorways for this is actually going to be quite strange to do. No, the doorways will still work. We can do a we can do a pathway. That'll be how that works. So we'll still try and use the traditional building system they have. You know, like setting up the walls automatically and stuff like that. Because then we can actually use the doors and windows, which we definitely need. Otherwise, it's going to look kind of weird. I shouldn't really back those blocks because there's a bug that sometimes happening. Also, I'm not sure if anyone's seen their Alpha 9 trailer that they did. Not really a trailer. It's more of a showcase that the Radiant guys have done. But... they do showcase some of the Alpha 10 stuff, and their building scheme looks very similar to that of the Sims, I believe. I think the Sims 4 did it. I think that's the new one. I think it's the new one. I don't really follow the Sims too much lately, even though it's a pretty great series. It's just quite time-consuming. Oh, if we want to just go back right, it's quite time-consuming. Meanwhile, place timber and stone. There we go. Oh, I was saving right now. I didn't notice. Apparently. There we are. Just get rid of that. But yeah, they've got a really cool building system where it shows a house, and then you click on the particular sections of the house, and it will show you, and it will give you the appropriate selections. It's mostly a change in the AI, UI, more than, from what I can see, any other added parts. Oh, other than, of course, second floors, which is pretty amazing. Don't get me wrong, I do hope they improve the one block selection, because I would probably mostly build my own houses with the blocks. And hopefully they improve the stability of that, because that'd be pretty cool. But the main building function is awesome, because sometimes you don't want to build all of your houses sort of like the way I'm doing it right now. It gets a bit time-consuming, and you want there to be an easy way to construct. Right, so what we should do right here is go across by 4, I think, across this line. There we are. Now, we want to make sure, actually, we're doing it from this area, because we want to start poking out like this. There we are. So it doesn't look exact right now, because this isn't 4 across. There we go. And then this should poke in like that. What we should do, actually, is have this bit attached as well. And then we'll have a doorway connected to the main building. Oh, also what I'm going to do... Actually, no, I don't need to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this part of the building connected out a little bit. Is it going to be 5 across? I feel like it should really be 6 across. And then we can have it like part right here. There we are. I think that'll look nice. And this is like a snug little connection right here to a back door. Do we want it to be a little bit thinner though? I don't think so. I think that's quite nice. Also, we're going to have another selection for the building right here. Then this is probably going to poke out a little bit more.